Alright, folks, let's talk about something truly mind-blowing. This little coin right here, that's worth a whopping $5 million. Yes, you heard that right. This 1976 D. Abraham Lincoln penny could be sitting in your coin jar, and you wouldn't even know it. Sounds crazy, right? I thought the same thing when I first stumbled upon the news. But before you start scouring your couch cushions, let's break this down and see why this penny could actually be worth a small fortune. Stick around, I'll share how you can check if you've got $1 million coin hiding right under your nose. Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. The coin we're talking about is a 1976 D. Abraham Lincoln penny. Now, don't panic if you've got a 1976 penny lying around. Not every single one of them is worth $5 million. That would be insane, and awesome, but insane. So, what makes this particular penny so special? Well, first off, it's a rare error coin, specifically, a double die variety. Double die means that during the minting process, the die used to stamp the image onto the penny wasn't perfectly aligned. As a result, the details, like Abraham Lincoln's face and the date, appear doubled. It's not noticeable unless you look closely, but when you do, it's like the penny is wearing glasses. It's like, hey, I'm Abraham Lincoln, but with a bit of a double take. Now, I know what you're thinking, how can you spot this double die variety? It's all in the details. You'll notice that the doubling happens in the lettering of Liberty and In God We Trust. So, get a magnifying glass, or better yet, one of those super fancy coin magnifiers, and start inspecting the coin's design. And remember, the 1976 D is key here. The D means it was minted in Denver, so that's the one you want to look for. See those double lines? That's the sweet spot. That's what could send your little penny into the $1 million range if you happen to have one of these rare double die versions. Honestly, I didn't even know what double die meant when I first heard about it. It sounds like a secret agent code name, right? Like, Agent Double Die, on a top-secret mission to find valuable coins. But no, it's just a fun way to say this coin's got some extra flair. Now, let's talk numbers. If you've got one of these coins in mint condition, the value can skyrocket. A regular 1976 penny is worth about a cent, of course. But if you've got the rare double die version, you could be looking at $5 million. Yes, that's $5 million. But, of course, condition is everything. The more pristine your penny, the more it's worth. A penny in mint condition is a total jackpot. I mean, who knew a coin could be a literal treasure chest? You know, this whole coin thing got me thinking back to when I first got into collecting. I found a penny in my change one day, and I was like, hey, cool, free money. I didn't think much of it, but I tossed it into my jar. Fast forward a few years, and I'm doing some research on rare coins, and bam, turns out, that penny I thought was just a penny could have been worth a small fortune. I actually freaked out, went digging through all my old coins, and spent hours looking for anything with the right mint marks. Let's just say, I didn't find anything worth $5 million, but hey, I did find a few rare coins worth a couple of bucks here and there. It's the thrill of the hunt that makes it so fun. So, there you have it. If you find a 1976 D Lincoln penny with a double die error, you might just be holding onto a potential $5 million payday. Of course, you'll need to check for that doubling on the letters and inspect the condition. But hey, if it turns out you've got one, you could be set for life. Now, I'm not saying you're guaranteed a millionaire lifestyle just by checking your pennies, but hey, it's always good to look, right? You never know when you'll discover a treasure hiding in plain sight. So, grab that magnifying glass and start hunting. Your $5 million penny could be waiting for you. And, if you found this video helpful, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I've got loads of tips, tricks, and coin strategies coming your way. Who knows, next time, we could be talking about another penny worth a fortune. Hit that bell so you don't miss out. You know, those little copper coins you toss in a jar, lose in your couch, or find mysteriously stuck to the bottom of your shoe. But what if I told you that one of those pennies could be worth a whopping $4.7 million? Yeah, you heard me right. Not 47 cents. Not 470 bucks. $4.7 million. And the craziest part? It's not some ancient, one-of-a-kind relic. It's a 1980 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. The kind you might have right now in your pocket, car cup holder, or buried under an old pile of receipts. So before you go spending your spare change on a gas station snack, you might want to check your coins first. Let's break it down. Why is this penny worth more than a luxury mansion? And how do you know if you have one? Stick around because by the end of this video, you might be flipping over your couch cushions like a detective on a mission. So, what makes the 1980 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny so special? First, let's talk about that missing mint mark. Normally, pennies are stamped with a little D for Denver or S for San Francisco, but some coins were accidentally struck without a mint mark, making them incredibly rare. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Most of these no-mint mark errors are found on 1982 pennies, but a few 1980 versions slipped through the cracks. Think of it like finding a golden ticket in your candy bar. Except instead of a tour of a chocolate factory, you get life-changing money. A collector recently bought one of these rare pennies for $4.7 million at auction. That's enough to buy a yacht, a Ferrari, or like 4.7 million actual pennies. And here's the best part, this coin was found in circulation. Someone literally got it in their change, held onto it, and later cashed in big time. And this brings me to a personal story. A few years ago, I was at a flea market, flipping through an old coin box, when I found a penny that looked different. No mint mark. Sharp details. My heart was pounding. Was this it? Was I about to hit the jackpot? I rushed home, grabbed a magnifying glass, and checked every detail. And, yeah, turns out it was just a regular old penny. Worth 1 cent. But hey, the thrill was real. And that's exactly why checking your coins is so worth it. So, what's the takeaway here? Next time you get pennies in your change, don't ignore them. Check for that missing mint mark, look for sharp details, and if you think you have a winner, get it authenticated. You never know, you could be sitting on $1 million payday without even realizing it, and if you love learning about rare coins worth big money, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I drop videos like this all the time, so if you're serious about turning pocket change into serious cash, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You find a 1986 penny. No big deal, right? But what if I told you that one of these bad boys could be worth $4.50 million? Yeah, you heard that right. $4.5 million. For a penny. Today, we're diving into the mystery of the 1986 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny and why it's making collectors lose their minds. So, if you've got a jar of old pennies lying around, don't go anywhere, this could change your life. First things first, what makes this penny so special? Well, in 1986, the US Mint was cranking out billions of pennies. Most of them had a little letter under the date, either a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. But then, somehow, a few escaped without any mint mark at all. Just blank. Like they ghosted the mint. Now, before you start throwing every 1986 penny under a microscope, let's talk about what really sets this one apart. This isn't just any no-mint mark penny, this is a super rare error coin that only a handful of people have ever found. And here's the kicker, it wasn't even discovered until years later when collectors started going through their old coin rolls. Now, let's talk about the money. This isn't some urban legend or made-up eBay listing. A verified 1986 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny was recently valued at a jaw-dropping $4.5 million at auction. Why? Because coin collectors love rare mistakes. The rarer, the better. It's like Pokemon cards but with real money at stake. Let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was helping my uncle clean out his garage. He had jars of pennies, like, decades worth. He told me they were probably just spare change, but I had this gut feeling. So, I grabbed a magnifying glass and started digging through them. Did I find a $4.5 million penny? No. But I did find a 1982 small-date copper penny worth about $500. Not bad for an afternoon of treasure hunting, right? My uncle thought I was crazy until I showed him the auction results. Now, he calls me every time he finds a weird-looking coin. Moral of the story: check your pennies. So, what's the lesson here? That penny in your couch cushions might just be your ticket to early retirement. If you have a 1986 Lincoln penny, take a close look. No mint mark. You might want to get that checked out by a professional grader, and if you love learning about rare coins that could make you rich, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I've got plenty more hidden treasure stories and money-making strategies coming your way. Don't forget to like this video, drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin, and share this with your friends, because who wouldn't want to find $1 million penny? You might want to sit down for this one because what I'm about to tell you could change the way you look at your pocket change forever. Imagine finding a penny, just one penny, that could be worth $4.3 million. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, for one lucky collector, that dream became reality with a rare 1987 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how this tiny copper coin turned into a life-changing fortune. Now, let's talk about what makes this penny so special. First off, most pennies have a small letter under the year indicating where they were minted, D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and no letter usually means it came from Philadelphia. But here's where things get interesting. A rare error caused some 1987 pennies to be struck without the mint mark under the year, making them ultra-valuable. So how does a simple mistake turn a penny into millions? It all comes down to demand. Serious collectors are always hunting for unique and rare coins, and when something this scarce pops up, the bidding wars go crazy. The 1987 no-mint mark Lincoln penny in perfect condition recently sold for a jaw-dropping $4.3 million at auction. Imagine dropping a penny and picking up a mansion in return. Talk about an upgrade. Now, before you start flipping over your couch cushions looking for old pennies, let me share a quick story. A few years ago, I found an old jar of coins at my grandma's house. Being the curious coin nerd that I am, I started digging through them, hoping to strike it rich. Found a 1987 penny, no mint mark. My heart nearly stopped. Turns out, it was just a regular penny, worth exactly 1 cent. But hey, that's the thrill of the hunt, right? So, how do you know if you've got the golden ticket of pennies? First, check for that missing mint mark. If it's gone, your next step is to examine the coin's condition. A perfect, uncirculated coin with no scratches or marks is what collectors are after. If you think you've got a rare one, don't take it to your local convenience store, get it professionally appraised. That little trip could turn your penny into a life-changing payday. Here's the bottom line: that old jar of coins sitting in your house could be hiding a fortune. The 1987 no-mint mark Lincoln penny proves that even the smallest treasures can have unbelievable value. So, check your change, search those old coin collections, and who knows? You might just be sitting on a millionaire maker. If you found this video helpful, or at least entertaining, hit that like button and subscribe for more tips on coins worth money and hidden treasures. And let me know in the comments, what's the most valuable coin you've ever found? Until next time, happy hunting. You find a penny. Nothing special, right? But what if I told you that penny could be worth a life-changing $4.1 million? That's right. Today, we're talking about the legendary 1994 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, one of the rarest and most valuable pennies out there. So, what makes this tiny copper coin so insanely valuable? Let's break it down. First things first, let's talk about that missing mint mark. Most pennies have a little letter under the date, D for Denver, S for San Francisco. But in 1994, a handful of pennies rolled out with no mint mark at all. And if you're lucky enough to find one, you might just hit the jackpot. Now, you might be wondering, why the big deal? Well, in the world of coin collecting, errors and anomalies drive collectors wild. It's like finding a misprinted dollar bill or a baseball card with a missing logo. The rarity creates demand, and demand drives up the price. One collector even went as far as paying a whopping $4.1 million for one of these bad boys. That's a whole mansion, a fleet of luxury cars, or enough money to buy an actual island, all for a penny. Makes you want to check your pocket change, doesn't it? Now, let me tell you a quick story. A few years back, my buddy found an old penny in his dad's coin jar. He thought it looked kinda weird, so he looked it up online. Turns out, it was a rare wheat penny, not quite $4.1 million, but still worth a few $100. Moral of the story: always check your change. You never know when you're holding a hidden fortune. So, what should you do if you think you have one of these rare 1994 no mint mark Lincoln pennies? First, don't spend it on a vending machine snack. That would be a $4 million mistake. Instead, take it to a professional coin grader, get it authenticated, and start reaching out to collectors. And here's the best part: there are plenty more valuable coins out there just waiting to be found. If you want to learn more about rare coins, hidden treasures, and how to turn pocket change into serious cash, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got plenty more tips coming your way. Who knew a little penny could be worth millions? Time to start digging through those couch cushions. Happy hunting! When was the last time you actually looked at your pennies? Not just dumped them in the cup holder or handed them over like they were worthless. Well, what if I told you that a 2006 Lincoln penny, yes, the kind you probably have lying around, could be worth $4 million? Yep, you heard that right. $4 million. And before you start frantically flipping over every penny in your house, let me tell you exactly what makes this coin so special and how you might have won without even realizing it. So, here's the deal. Back in 2006, the Denver Mint, yes, the same one responsible for churning out millions of ordinary pennies, accidentally released a few coins without a mint mark. Now, that might sound like no big deal, but in the world of coin collecting, this is like finding a Picasso at a garage sale. Why? Because it's a mistake. And in the numismatic world, the weirder the mistake, the higher the value. This little no mint mark error slipped past quality control, ended up in circulation, and now collectors are paying insane amounts to own one. Now, let's talk money. Regular 2006 pennies, worth exactly 1 cent. But a rare 2006 D no mint mark penny. The latest auction saw one sell for $4 million. That's not just life-changing money, that's quit your job and buy an island money. And before you roll your eyes and say, yeah right, like I'm ever gonna find one, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, my buddy Mike, who knows absolutely nothing about coins, was cleaning out his junk drawer when he stumbled upon an old jar of pennies. He was about to dump them into a Coinstar machine. Big mistake, by the way, but something told him to Google a few of them first. Guess what? One of them turned out to be a rare penny worth over $3,000. Now, sure, that's not quite $4 million, but he basically got a free vacation just by checking his spare change. And that's why you need to start paying attention to your pocket change. Because for every Mike out there who got lucky, there are 100 people who unknowingly spent a valuable penny on a pack of gum. Don't let that be you. So, what's the takeaway? Check your pennies. If you find a 2006 Lincoln penny without a mint mark, you might just be sitting on a fortune. And hey, even if you don't strike gold this time, don't worry, I've got plenty more crazy coin finds to share with you. So hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and keep checking your change. Who knows? Your next grocery store trip might just make you a millionaire. See you in the next video, and happy hunting. Maybe hoping to find a couple of quarters for the vending machine. Instead, you pull out a dusty old penny. Looks normal, right? But what if I told you that little copper coin could be worth $3.8 million? Yeah, you heard that right. Today, we're talking about the elusive 2008 D No Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. This bad boy has collectors absolutely losing their minds. So, grab your change jar, because by the end of this video, you might be running to check your pennies. Let's dive in. Now, let's break it down. In 2008, the Denver Mint produced millions of Lincoln pennies. But somehow, a few of them snuck into circulation missing one very important detail: the mint mark. That little D that should be right under the date. Gone. Poof. Vanished into thin air. And that, my friends, is what makes this penny insanely valuable. Why is it worth so much? Well, in the world of rare coins, errors equal cash. Think of it like a misprinted baseball card or a limited edition sneaker. The fewer there are, the more collectors are willing to pay. And let me tell you, they are paying big bucks for this one. In a recent auction, one of these pennies sold for a jaw-dropping $3.8 million. Imagine explaining that to your grandma next time she tells you to stop collecting spare change. But wait, it gets better. A few years ago, I was at a garage sale, digging through an old coin collection someone's grandpa left behind. I bought a small bag of random pennies for $5. Didn't think much of it until I got home. And guess what? One of them was a no mint mark penny from 2008. Now, before you get too excited, no, I didn't hit the jackpot. Turns out, mine wasn't the ultra-rare version, but I still sold it for a few $100. Not bad for a $5 investment, right? Now, how can you tell if you have one of these goldmine pennies? First, grab a magnifying glass, or just use your phone's zoom feature, because let's be real, none of us have magnifying glasses just lying around. Check under the date. If you see a D, sorry to say, it's just a regular penny. But if there's an no mint mark and the coin looks sharp and well preserved, you might be sitting on a fortune. Before you go calling up coin dealers and booking your dream vacation, let's talk about grading. Condition is everything in the world of rare coins. If your penny is scratched up and looking like it's been through 100 vending machines, its value drops significantly. The ones selling for millions are in pristine, almost untouched condition. So if you find one, handle it like it's a newborn baby. Alright, now you know what to look for, how to check for value, and why this 2008 D No Mint Mark Lincoln penny is worth a small fortune. So what's next? Go check your piggy banks, your car cup holders, and yes, those couch cushions. Who knows? You might be sitting on $1 million penny and not even know it. And hey, if you enjoyed this video and want more tips on finding hidden treasures in your pocket change, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I've got plenty more coin hunting secrets to share, and trust me, you won't want to miss them. Until next time, happy hunting.